with Twitchy.com. Twitchy.com.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arrives, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Passionate about sports? Want to talk college, prep, or pros? It's time to enter the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. Call in. Tell Patrick how you see it. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
All right. Welcome into the Sports Zone on a beautiful Sunday morning here in Tampa Bay, Florida. About 70 degrees outside, just a little breeze. Nice and sunny now. The fog is bye-bye from high-lie, so we're very happy about that. And also want to thank our military for letting us do this show, because without the military, freedom would not be afforded to us to be able to do the show. And thank you so much for tuning in here on AM 860 The Answer. I got AJ running the show for us. Make sure we're all good on the YouTube and on the mics and everything. Thank you, AJ. Appreciate you, brother. And Miss Amico, rocking and rolling over there, taking the call. So if you call in, be nice to her and she'll get you through. And we're going to have a fun show today. A lot of excitement in sports this week. And also, don't want to forget our policemen and women out there. They're just trying to do their job and get home safe, just like the ICE agents, just trying to do their job and get home safe. Let's be, lawful instead of lawless, and things would go a lot smoother and beautiful in this great country of ours. And our first responders and firemen and women out there, God bless them, want to go into a burning building to save a life, limb, property, and our wonderful animals that we love, our fur babies. So that being said, we're going to start the show with, how about them Hurricanes? They came through and took care of business. What a game against Ole Miss. That's one of those games that you just don't want to see anybody lose. And I feel for those Ole Miss guys. I really do. I hope next year they rock and roll again and run the table, and they're playing in the national championship and winning it. That would be awesome. As always with me, my man Josh Levinson. Good morning, Josh. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic. We are on day 4 of 5 straight days of playoff football across college and the NFL. They have been fantastic. Both games yesterday were incredible to kick off the NFL playoffs wildcard weekend. Carolina showed out for the NFC South. They almost pulled it off. Crazy comeback. And then the Bears, man, and, it must feel like we're kind of back in the 80s or something for y'all between the Hurricanes and Chicago Bears doing it. And the fact that they got to do it at home, have that magical comeback against their arch nemesis, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
No.
That is truly one of the greatest rivalries in sports that it's still, people get revved up for.
No doubt about it, Josh. Scott Levinson, good morning, Mr. Opportunity Knocks, baby.
Good morning. And real quick, let everyone know that if they want to see our faces made for radio, they could join us on our YouTube station, reminding them of that at Sports Zone Tampa, on YouTube, if you want to see just how pretty we are.
How we used to be, Scott.
Yeah,
How we used to be, brother. Times have
but-
changed.
But great football this week.
Dude.
It is.
The only bad game was Friday night. I mean, that was rough.
I texted Joshua last night, and when we were watching the game, he was wherever he was. I texted him, and when the Bears were down, I said, it doesn't matter. I texted him, the Ken's here. It's all about Ken. Ken's the Bears' 11th man. And Joshua says, yeah, he caused the Packers field goal kicker to miss 3. Well, we always knew Ken talked about what his great vertical jump was.
That's
and,
it, man.
But, the ghost of Ken is carrying the Bears, baby. I'm so excited for that. Whether you believe in that stuff or not, I'm still excited for Ken because I know he's still around listening to the fools we are. And
Yeah,
he's loving his Bears right now.
Yeah, man. It's no question about it. They found a way to win. Scott, you were a coach. I was a coach. It does make a difference. I got it. He wasn't the greatest New Orleans Saints head coach, but Dennis Allen yesterday was one heck of a defensive coach to allow them only 6 points. Like we said, miss extra point, miss field goals. It's hard to kick in Chicago, man. That win will get you, just like in Pittsburgh. Oh, my. That's why Baltimore, reliable kicker.
Yeah.
Loop, that's why he hit an inside-out one. It happens. It's very
I love all these prop bets in the Super Bowl and all that, but I was talking again. What is the odds? Because I believe out of 10 kicks, I don't know if a field goal kicker can 40-plus yards make himself hit the upright. What is the chances 2 in a row you hit the same upright?
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy.
From over 40 yards.
Yeah.
I'd like those odds.
Yeah, no doubt, man. No, it's crazy. Saying that, it just reminds me of the one game for the Bears where it went
double
clink,
doink.
clank. The double
The double
doink.
doink.
The clink, clang, bang, I called it,
That is the noisiest sound in the stadium.
It is, man.
I don't understand why.
Well, because everybody's so quiet, and then it's just like hearing a pin drop, the old saying goes.
Yeah.
The only thing with that game yesterday, but Ben Johnson, I'm an aggressive, go for it type of guy generally. Those were some questionable.
That pushed the limit there.
Questionable decision making, to say the least. And then Caleb didn't make it any easier. And then Matt LaFleur all of a sudden gets that lemon booty in the second half, and they start playing not to lose.
Right.
It was like neither coach deserved to win that game.
Yeah.
They really, the coaching at least. I thought the players did what they did out there. Caleb Williams looks like he's going to be a star.
Like I said,
all the antics aside.
Josh, Dennis Allen, the DC for he made
Dog,
some
I'm
great
telling you,
adjustments.
that's what I said. If I was
How
the
old
DC,
is he now?
all right,
55, I
in
believe.
football years, he's like 75.
No doubt.
No,
man.
it seems
But no.
like he's a lot older than that, doesn't
The
it?
offense, they had so many opportunities. And like I said, I'm not a take the points guy, but at least run the ball. You're having Caleb do all this crazy. You're running it. They're batting it down. If I was the DC, I would have stuck him right there on the sideline because the defense was getting stops.
Yes.
That's the thing. It could. And the fact they pulled it out, man, it was so cool to see all the fans in that stadium, as cold as it was, toughing it out and just.
How many interceptions did the Bears drop? On one drive, they dropped 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that should have been. I mean,
but then again, how many easy passes did the Packers drop? There's about 3 that should have been caught.
Bryce Young went toe-to-toe with Matthew Stafford, too. I mean, those were
Yeah.
2 great games yesterday.
I think the Rams choked it, though, Josh. They could have put them away, and they didn't. And that's
Well, until they did. The
well,
Panthers blocked a punt.
yeah. I mean,
There
that
was-
shouldn't have happened.
I mean,
you can't have those. Speaking about that, I didn't realize this, Josh. I was doing some research and looking at some old things. Scott, you'll appreciate this too. I didn't realize the Bucs had 3 blocked field goals and 2 blocked punts this year. You just can't have that. You just can't have
against
that.
us.
Yeah.
I think half of them came into that Jets game.
Yeah, no doubt. One went back.
How do you again? We'll get
Anything
to, we'll
can
get
happen.
to
We can all
coaches.
make a
Yeah.
mistake.
We'll
but
get to
man,
we'll get to
People
coaches.
forget special teams are as big of a part of the game, and look, that's another
Well,
area.
the way the kickoff is
But
now,
look.
it's huge.
But in talking about, and I'm going to segue here to our caller Matt, who's on the line. You talk about having a well-rounded football team
yes.
because he's a big Indiana fan. He's representing Hoosiers Nation here in Tampa. Probably
Who's your daddy?
Is he the only
Yeah,
one?
the only one.
Is
yeah.
he the one in the bar all by himself
But
wearing red and white?
He's like fourth generation. He'll tell you, fourth generation Indiana, big time Hoosier fan, been rocking the jersey. And he also grew up as a Miami Hurricanes fan.
That's
Just hating
funny.
the Gators, not liking the Knowles. So, Matt, you here?
I am here.
Matt, first question. When's the last time you washed the jersey?
Oh man,
See, he's gotta think about it. That
I
worries
got
me.
it
Oh, we
Where'd
lost
he
you,
go?
bud.
when they were playing
He's
Illinois.
back.
I flew up for the game, and then I haven't probably watched it since that. So I think it's the key to our victory.
It's either that or the key to your lack of dating. One or the
Oh,
other.
there
I
you
don't know
go.
which.
That could-
I don't know which.
So, what's your prediction
Hey,
on the
man, if
Indiana
that-
Hurricane game, Matt?
Oh, I think Indiana's going to squash them. I think that it is. I don't like Miami having home field advantage, but I know that the Indiana fans are ravenous because we've never had success. So I would still expect us to pack out that arena, and I think they're just going to kill them. Signetti's the new Bobby Knight. You know, everyone in Bloomington is beyond hyped. My dad still lives there. So it's just Indiana's time. You know, they'll make a movie about this eventually.
So we're looking forward to seeing the coach throwing some chairs and coolers on the field.
There you go.
I like it.
Coach Signetti.
Just what
I
are
would
the
do
odds
that
if
this
you would,
season if they keep winning?
if you would have told your dad, his dad, you know, a year ago, 2 years ago, yeah, there's going to be a school from Indiana that has the Heisman winners, the #1 overall seed, and they're favored by a touchdown and a half over the Hurricanes in the national championship game.
in Miami.
$10,000, you would have said it was Notre Dame. Never in a million years would you have said Indiana. Purdue, maybe.
I would have asked if Larry Bird was playing.
There you go, man. You know
Yeah.
what's funny, Matt and Josh, because I think you guys are investors in some form or fashion. And I can't believe it, but I looked some old odds up doing some research. You know, Indiana was only 150-1 to win the Big Ten. I mean, that was a little low to me.
Because Ohio State and Michigan and Penn State.
Yeah, that's why I think it
Yep.
should have been higher, like
Oh.
500-1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They did, but
They did before, the
it's
year
been
before.
2 years now.
I
When
know.
you look at who they lost to last year, it was
Yeah.
Ohio State and Notre Dame.
I
Like,
didn't
oh,
get,
wow. They were a really good team.
I didn't get a chance to look it up, or I couldn't find it. And that was, I wonder what the odds were for Indiana to win it all this year. Had to be 1,000-1, I think.
Oh, yeah. It was
Right.
because they were ranked. They were a
Yeah.
preseason top team, so it's not that crazy. But
Yeah.
no one.
Oh,
anyone
it's
from-
not that crazy. Just the second most losingest program in NCAA history.
There
no,
you go.
no, he's definitely it is. No, this not the most impressive coaching job we've ever seen. Not to be prisoner in the moment, but for a 2-year run across all sports.
Yeah.
I don't know what tops this.
No, Scott, Mr. Cinderella story. This fits right in your narrative, brother.
The only thing as far as a season of excellence, and then you would have never picked it to start the season, NC State. That's the only thing I
Yeah.
can think of right now. I mean, you've got your single games.
Sure.
Like I said, we can always
This
go
has been
by-
2 seasons
right.
now. You can't
Yeah.
call
Right.
it flash. in
No.
the
We
pan.
could
we
always go back to
And-
Chaminade, but as far as a season's work, and oh my God, they just slayed the giant. NC State beat Phi Slamma Jamma.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is rivals that. That's the only thing I can compare it to.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I hope it's a great game. It's not tomorrow night. It's 1 week from tomorrow, so it'll be fun to watch.
So
I
Matt,
think it's too long.
not-
I still say this
I
is
would
all
agree.
too long.
I agree.
Matt, not to harsh your high or anything like that, but do you think there's any chance that Signetti, if they win, that he could go with Mendoza to the Raiders into the NFL?
No
Or
chance.
you
We
think-
got him on an 8-year contract. We have his firstborn under lock and key. No, bro, he's not going anywhere. He's living next to Rex Grossman and No, dude, he's Mellencamp. No, we've got him.
So
Livingston has a
Matt,
whole-
you've
No.
started making the statue for the outside of the front of the stadium already, right?
Oh yeah, I'm building it myself.
Well, you won't have. It's okay. Just give Cuban a call. He'll give you the money to put it up. Just have his likeness
that
next to it.
doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt having that man
Yeah,
fund your
Not at all,
lineup.
does it? Funny how money
No,
changes
he
the
just
whole.
dropped a. He
Huge.
just dropped an undisclosed donation.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I heard
next
it was
season, and we
over
just got
50
the TCU quarterback.
Yes.
I heard it was over 50 million this time, and there's more installments to come.
God bless America, baby.
That's nothing to Cuban.
No.
50 million is change.
Woo, baby. There, you got that right.
All right. Well, before we got to let him go, I'm going to do a shameless plug for Matt. He plays guitar and sings in Whale Feral, a local band here in Tampa, Florida. And their next show will be this upcoming Friday at Sparkman Wharf. They have residency there all month. They'll be around Gasparilla. So come by, check them out.
And that means that the host of the Sports Zone, Matt, get free tickets and backstage, front row, all that fun stuff.
Of course, you guys can come smell the jersey.
There you go, brother. Matt, thanks for coming on, man. I wish you well. Are you telling me the name of your band is Will Ferrell?
Whale.
Feral.
Okay, thank you. I'm like,
No,
come
man,
on,
we don't-
man. I was like, please. I
No,
thought I
we don't
misheard.
acknowledge Will Ferrell.
Whale.
Whale, baby. Whale. Well, they say fish is good for you and keeps you healthy. And they say
Whale is
swimming.
not a fish, Patrick.
I know. Let me say the point, pal. Okay.
Go ahead.
You know, they say swimming is good for you. Okay. And it keeps you in shape. Well, I don't see a whale being in shape. So there you go. You know, just some different things we have to look at in life. Whale.
All right, Matt,
whale, will.
Matt,
I
Matt.
like it. Whale, baby. Are you
Matt,
what
we're
do you play?
changing. We're
Matt?
changing that.
Matt, what do you play?
I play guitar. I
That's
play
it.
guitar and I sing.
All right.
All right, Matt, Joshua,
Matt.
and I need the backstage.
There you
passes.
go.
Don't worry about that.
Whale on that guitar, brother. Thanks, Matt, for calling. I wish your
Hey.
Hoosiers well, but if the Hurricanes win, I won't be crying in my beer, to be candid with you. I'm a Florida boy all my life, so I always pull for Florida teams. Thanks, brother, for coming on, and we'll
Definitely.
catch you soon. All right. Joshua Levinson, who do you like today, baby? Can another Florida team come through, a.k.a. the Jacksonville Jaguars?
I love Jacksonville today.
That's my
The
boy.
line has moved that way. They opened as a slight dog. Now they are yeah, man. I just think they're the much better team. Though obviously having Josh Allen helps, but that is the only thing the Bills have going for them.
Don't forget Cookie. I like you.
I have become a Fabio fan.
There you go.
We always knew he had talent. We just thought he might be a bust in the NFL.
Right.
But you get the well, again, we'll get to this in a little bit, but you get the right coach. It's amazing what they can do.
Amen.
These guys, I'm a firm believer, when they leave college, they don't leave their talent behind. It's just they left the guys that brought it out of them behind, and can they find new ones? Except for Tebow, he sucked all the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, Tebow's a
But-
great example. He was a perfect college
Right.
quarterback. There's certain guys. I mean, look, man, people thought Lamar Jackson should be a wide receiver at the combine.
I still
That's
do.
insane.
He's joking.
You know, I
folks.
mean, so everything about football is it's the fit.
It is,
Baker
Josh.
Mayfield. I think his career has been a perfect reflection of that.
Well, you know, you hit a great point, Scott. And Josh, you just made a great point, too. But you look, there's turmoil that Lamar Jackson, you mentioned his name. Jim Harbaugh and him and Monken weren't getting along. Interesting. You know, Kyler Murray out there in Arizona wasn't getting along. You know, you got to have a good relationship with the QB, the OC, and the head coach, man. You got to be same chemistry and work it out. The problem is the LeBron James mentality is come into the NFL, and that's if you're the star, you get to tell the owner what to do. And I don't know if that's a good thing, man, because it's 50 guys.
It's a delicate balance.
Yes, sir, it is, Josh.
If you value someone enough, I mean, guys like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers,
Sure.
and you earn that, but it's got to be.
But you have to be a Tom Brady, too. Everybody, if you're Jack Smith, you think you have that right now, and I think that gets carried away. And
That's the tough part, and that's where you need to have a strong locker room. You need to
Amen,
have
brother.
Strong men in the locker room. Not everyone is capable of being quarterback, leader, personnel decision maker. You know, these guys grow up being taught how to throw the ball, and run it in case, we asked them to do so much at such a young age. I think Jameis might have been somewhere along that. He was asked to do a little bit too much outside of just playing football.
Yeah.
We assume as spectators, whether it be as ex-coaches, whatever, we assume that our quarterback is our rah-rah team leader.
Yeah.
And I guess the best explanation of that is if you ever watch the Michael Strahan Hall of Fame, where he talks about how he would get fired up, get his team fired up, and he'd look over and
Eli Manning would
there's
just be
Eli
hanging,
just
baby.
sitting in his locker room, not moving, no expression, no nothing. He said he'd just walk up to him and shake his hand and say, "Have a fun game, young man."
That's it, brother. Have fun.
Well, that's the Eli face. Eli always has that face.
Right.
But he's not very, emotional to the point where he would sometimes drop his head and put his hand on his hips. But Tom Coughlin did the same thing. They mimicked each other. Always used to make me laugh. But look, Peyton Manning is more of a rah-rah guy. Bob Greasy was not a rah-rah guy.
Don't you think Eli, growing up in the family he grew up in, being the younger brother of Peyton, all of that, it
and even
all
Cooper
contributes to it?
I gotta tell you, I think both though. Eli and Peyton were not that huge personality when they played in the NFL. They have become that.
You are correct. Well, I think Peyton always had in him. Look, he was doing the fight song in college.
He did, but he didn't do a lot of commercials while he played.
No, I know
he didn't do a lot of that.
No, it happened in them. And we're going to take a quick time out here on AM 860 The Answer. Salem Communications coming at you live. We'll take your calls at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. We're going to get to the coaching staff and what you like or dislike about what the Bucs did. Hang in there with us. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. Hi, folks. You've heard about Opportunity Knocks through the door. Well, guess what? There's a new meat market right across from Armwood High School called Opportunity Knocks, taking care of everybody out there when it comes to restaurants with their food. Well, guess what? Now you get restaurant quality right at Opportunity Knocks across from Armwood High School. You won't go wrong. It's football season. We're right in the meat of it, pun intended. And you can't beat it. Grilling it, frying it, however you want to do it, we'll make it happen at Opportunity Knocks. Next to Martha's Restaurant.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
All right, folks, thanks for hanging in there with us here on AM 860 The Answer, the Sports Zone. We appreciate our audience immensely. We're having a good time today talking about sports. It's been a great sports week. I'm hoping the Bucks did the right thing by retaining Todd Bowles, and we get some other assistant coaches in here. Man, I really hope that if there's any way, I doubt it, Scott and Josh, but I would love to get the LA Rams OC over here. I think him and Baker would knock it out.
What
of the
about
park.
McDaniels?
That's an interesting one. I'm just not sure about that one, man. But if we were to get him, I mean, there's a lot worse choices to take. I'll give you that one, Scott. What do you think, Josh? Who would you like to see come here as the OC?
Oh, as the OC, Mike McDaniel would be great.
Okay.
I think he's going to get a head coaching job.
Oh, you think Mike will go somewhere else and be a head coach?
Well, that's the problem.
If
Either
he's-
way, he'd be a one-year guy here because my feeling is if he came here and did great,
Yeah,
then he's going to be a head coach.
Yeah.
Well, no, he would. I think that we wouldn't do that again, considering the success that Canales
Or
and Liam
Bowles
have
would
had.
retire
How well-
Bowles would retire.
conveniently.
Yes.
No, but that's
No,
what,
he's ready.
other than winning a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think it would be. I mean,
You're right.
yeah,
Oh, if he won a Super Bowl, he might say, I'm done now,
that's
too.
so. I think if we sign Mike McDaniel to be our offense coordinator,
Yeah.
which I don't think is going to happen, because I think another team will offer
That's
him
what I
a
think.
head coaching job.
We agree.
But either way, he would become our head coach then just
Right.
1 year
Let
out.
me
That's what I was
So
going to do
but-
for the OC
so that's
for the
my
Rams.
follow-up, though. You don't like Mike McDaniel as a head coach. You don't like his demeanor. You don't like that.
Yeah, I don't think.
So that wouldn't be a
Let
good
me ask
long-term
you a
plan.
question, though.
No.
You got a team like Cleveland, or you got a team
I'd like
like
to get Stefanski
hold on,
here.
hold on. You got a
Sorry,
team
don't
like
go
Cleveland.
there, bro.
You
I
got a
love that.
team like the Saints. You got a team. All these organizations looking for a head coach.
Yeah.
Okay. If we are going to take face value that the Glazers are great, that the Bucks, you're in Tampa, you're not paying taxes.
Rob will get right
you're-
with you.
You're not doing any of that. Does McDaniels turn down a head coaching job to a place like Cleveland, knowing that he will be the head coach of the Bucks within a year?
That's a great point.
Many different factors to
Yeah.
weigh in on. I mean,
That's
all-
great. Rob, thanks for calling the Sports Zone. What's on your mind today?
Yeah, I got a question for Scott Levinson. I was wondering how come Florida State didn't make a bowl game this year. And I enjoyed the show today.
Well, thanks, Robbie. He was asking, I know he broke up Florida State not making a bowl game. He didn't
Robbie-
realize they didn't win enough games to get to one.
Robbie, I'll give you the
Oh, they
non-
turned it down,
I'll
which they
give you-
should have.
I think Robbie's trolling him, though. I think we're bringing back an old classic bit here.
Okay.
I'll let Joshua take that, but my opinion is they suck.
Oh, boy. Hello. Mr. Alumni, you going to take that? Truth hurts.
We do suck.
Exactly.
There's one thing about me. I'm honest. Like,
But-
yeah, we are not
I'm not
good at
opposed.
all.
Patrick, I'm not a Florida State fan.
Hmm.
I'm a big Miami Hurricane
Well, I
fan.
hope, Robbie, they
Have you
can
got
pull it
any-
off, but we'll see. I mean,
You got any
either
pizza
way-
giveaways today?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Got any pizza giveaways today?
Yeah, see, we I knew this. I just recognize this voice. And where have you been, dude? We've been waiting for you to call
He's
in.
been starving without any pizza.
He's been starving without pizza. Okay,
I had bad luck. I had a stroke.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry, Robbie.
God.
Hear that, buddy.
how you doing now? Recovery going well?
Good. man.
Recovery's going well.
All right. Well, then we got to make a bet, Robbie. As you're welcome back. Who are you picking in the title game? You're taking Miami.
Yep, Miami.
All right. I'll take Indiana and we'll do another pizza bet. How's that?
Okay, yep.
All right,
All
Robbie.
right, that'll work.
Make
And you
sure
got to
today.
keep calling back in now, though.
Yeah, man.
We've had dead air without
Okay,
you calling in all these months.
Robbie, you get better, man.
I
Take
hear
care of yourself, buddy. And we'll talk real soon.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thanks, buddy.
Take
Yep, you
care.
too.
Okay,
Have a
man.
good weekend.
All
You
right.
too.
Enjoy
Take
the
care.
games today.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
That
Let's-
was cool.
Yeah,
That
it
was
good-
cool.
yeah, it was good to hear
Josh
from
and I
Rob.
were talking about that. We hadn't heard from
Yeah,
Rob. I'm
Robbie.
glad he's doing well.
Yeah, it's good that
That's
he's
cool.
doing well, just like our friend Charles down in Sarasota is doing well.
Robbie's part of the fabric of the show. People don't remember during COVID.
Yeah.
Robbie carried this show through COVID. Nobody else was watching badminton in Czechoslovakia.
There you go, brother.
And Robbie would call in and carry us.
I tell you, he should have been the ESPN special reporter
He should.
on sports that are very limited watch.
I mean, steeplechasing without horses. It was awesome.
It was. Vito, let's see what's on Vito's mind today. Are you happy the Hurricanes beat Ohio State or not, Vito?
There could be if there were 2 losers, that's what I would hope for. But I guess you can't have that.
No, you can't. Now, who's going to win the Miami-Indiana game, Vito?
God, I hope Indiana. I'd be bringing me back to the '80s when Miami was beating everybody and their mother back then. So I don't want that.
Go Canes, baby. Go Canes. How about today, man? Is it going to be the Bills or the Jags, baby?
And, you know, I've been going back and forth. I want to see the Bills, New York guy. I like Allen. I like that organization. But, you know, whoever wins that game wouldn't really surprise me. You got on one side the team with all kinds of, you know, attributes of being there, experience, so forth and so on. And on the other side, you got a rookie head coach. You know, Lawrence has played a game or 2 in the playoffs, but most of that team really hasn't seen too much playoff. But they're playing better than the Bills, and, you know, they have a better track record, better record right now, obviously. So I don't know. I think that game is the closest game to call out of all 6 this weekend, to be honest with you.
Now, watch it be a blowout one way or the other. Won't that be a kick in the shorts, you know, thinking that the Rams were going to kill them?
That'll probably happen.
Isn't it crazy how that happens, Vito? I hope not. I really don't. I mean, I'm pulling for the Jaguars, but I still want to see a good game. I mean, that Bears game last night, that's an instant classic, to say the least. You know, what a game. And then you have to give the Panthers credit, even though the Rams should have put it away. So we'll see what happens now. I think now going to the next game, Vito, does Philly take care of business at home against San Francisco today at 4:30 after the Buffalo Bill Jaguar game?
You know, you hear about and you talk about, you read about the significance of your left tackle. And if you look at the stats when Williams plays and when he doesn't play, it is mind-blowing differently. So the fact that he's back, I think we're going to see a better showing that we saw San Francisco give Seattle without Trent Williams. So I do think that I still like Philly at home. They're playing really well. And their stats since they acquired Phillips from Miami have been, you know, pretty significantly different defensive wise to better, better numbers, where they've been playing really good. Offensively, though, you know, they didn't do anything last week. They didn't play too many guys. The week before against Buffalo, they had 13 yards in the second half. So they get off to a slow start and let San Francisco get a couple of points. You know, we could see a 6 seed go, but if I had to pick, you know, I'm taking Philly and Philly.
Gotcha. And then Chargers have any chance tonight against New England up there in good old Foxborough?
You know, puncher's chance. You know, I just, you know, what is New England? Are they as good as their record? Are they 2 seed? You know, NFC East winners, or are they the team that didn't play anybody?
I think more so the latter.
Can they be both?
Yeah, you know, I don't know.
Both.
I don't know. I mean, they got a good coach with a lot of experience. You know, once again, second-year quarterback. That this is a different animal right now. You know, the Chargers are a good team. They got a good defense. So if San Diego, here we go again. If LA Chargers get out of there with a win, I wouldn't be blown away by it. It would surprise me a little bit, but, you know, the game yesterday, to be honest with you, Chicago winning surprised me more, because I didn't think that they just keep walking on some kind of tightrope or of luck, you know, and there's no way they should win that game yesterday, but they did. But I don't think they get past whoever they play next week in the shoulder field. I know it's going to be, but I just think that defense wasn't good enough, and their offense can't have lows like they did yesterday. So whoever they play next week, whether it's going to be the Rams or the winner, then I don't think that's going to happen. So
I think the point you made about Trent Williams applies as well to the Eagles, is having Lane Johnson back and healthy, assuming he will be good enough, you know, not 100% at this point in the season. But then the Chargers also, they're missing 2 of their tackles. And they have been. It's not a new development, but that team was really built around having a strong O-line up front for the first time to protect Herbert. And Herbert's played his butt off. I just don't know if the rest of that team is good enough. That game alone, because like you said, New England hasn't really proven themselves against anyone either. I mean, I would not be surprised at anything in that game.
Well, I just hope Hampton runs the rock like he's capable of. If they can establish the run, I believe they can upset the New England Patriots. But
I want to see Herbert and May duking it out, though.
Well,
I mean, these are two young. Herbert's been around for a minute now. He's not even that young anymore. But Drake May is exciting, man.
Yeah, he is. He's really turned it around, and Vrabel's one heck of a coach, man. I mean, let's give him credit. It's going to be an interesting game tonight at 8:00. That's for sure. Vito, any other thoughts about the games? Do you think there's any investment opportunities out there?
I mean, playoffs are so unpredictable. I took, yesterday, put a little parlay together, taking Carolina with 10.5 points at home. I thought that was a pretty good bet, although if they would have lost by 20, it wouldn't have been terribly surprised. And, the Bears, and I took the Packers last night, given 1.5 points. And, at halftime I was loving life, but obviously we know the outcome of that. But if you're gonna do anything, I definitely like the Eagles today to cover, and the other point spreads are really not anything significant. So my heart tells me go Buffalo, but I don't know if my wallet tells me go Buffalo.
It should be great, man. Well, Vito, appreciate you calling in. You take care and have a wonderful day and have a great week. And we'll catch you next Sunday if you're available. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. You guys take it easy.
Take care, Vito.
Okay, man. We're going to go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say, we're seeing so much you were talking about betting and investing and whatnot. Yeah. We've seen so much parity already in these playoffs. And I think recently in the NFL in general, that's what they do so great, right? You have like a 50% turnover rate basically in terms of playoff teams. Mm-hmm. And you got to take the points, and no matter, it's even
seems
if it's
that way,
couple,
doesn't it?
But
yeah, especially home getting points. That's the other thing.
Yesterday, golly, if you were tracking the live line, you could have gotten Panthers like plus 18.5.
I know.
Bears, you would have been able to get at crazy odds.
Yeah,
they're never out, especially with these new kickoff rules where you start at the 35. Two good plays, you're in field goal range.
Yeah. Scott, you brought that up. Yeah, one thing I want to bring up about the NFL, and we'll take your calls at 969-8600. That's 877-969-8600, toll free. And we're going to take a quick time out here on AM 860, The Answer Sports Zone. But I did some more research, Scott and Josh. For you to watch all the games this year, it cost you $1,500. Unbelievable.
Oh, you hated it being on Amazon Prime last night, didn't you?
You bet I did, brother. NFL. I got a new name for the NFL. GFL, Green Football League, baby.
I paid $15 all year.
Yeah, but that's
not legally.
Yeah, it's absolutely
illegal. Don't get him in trouble, Joshua.
Absolutely. Come for me, baby. Come for me, baby.
Oh, yeah. Ice, baby, with that type of talk. We're going to take a quick time out here on AM 860 The Answer. We'll be right back.
Happy Sunday from the Sports Zone with Patrick Highland. And we do hope that it's a happy day and that everything is going as well for you and your family as it possibly can. That today is a good day and that you have many, many more good days in front of you. But no matter how well any of us are doing on this good day, the unfortunate reality of life remains that all of us are likely to face bad days in the future, no matter how distant that future may seem right now. When it comes to matters of health, particularly as we and our loved ones get older, it's predictable that all of us are likely to face hard challenges the longer we live, and that is multiplied by the amount of people we are directly responsible for. You may not want to ask yourself this question, but what if something unexpected happened to you today or tomorrow? How would your family be impacted, particularly those who are relying on you? Is there a plan in place for the bad days that all of us will inevitably face? Just like the best time to prepare for the storm is before storm season arises, so too is it best to prepare for the toughest seasons of your life during these times, which are relatively good and free from the storms. If you don't feel confident that you're prepared for those bad days ahead, either for yourself or your family, give Patrick Highland a call right now. 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. Patrick has insurance solutions and years of experience helping people plan for their financial future and guiding them through the storms of their lives. When it comes to matters of health, finances, and the challenges that go along with getting older, Patrick's experience can help you find the right answers. You can't ensure that bad days ahead won't happen, but you can insure yourself against the worst possible scenarios. So buy yourself some peace of mind while your skies are still peaceful and call Patrick Highland today, 813-966-1052. That's 813-966-1052. And if you're a veteran, we thank you for your service.
Hi, folks. You've heard about Opportunity Knocks. Better answer the door. Well, guess what? There's a new meat market right across from Armwood High School called Opportunity Knocks, taking care of everybody out there when it comes to restaurants with their food. Well, guess what? Now you get restaurant quality right at Opportunity Knocks across from Armwood High School. You won't go wrong. Football season, we're right in the meat of it, pun intended, and you can't beat it. Grilling it, frying it, however you want to do it, we'll make it happen at Opportunity Knocks, next to Martha's Restaurant.
Welcome back to the Sports Zone. Let's get back to the discussion. In Hillsboro, 813-289-1860. Anywhere else, toll free 877-969-8600. And now your host, Patrick Highland.
All right. Thanks for tuning into the Sports Zone. We greatly appreciate you checking us out, having a good time here on a Sunday morning, beautiful Sunday morning here in Tampa Bay, Florida. And pretty much all over the state of Florida, and up in Jacksonville, they're going to have a perfect day to play football, in my opinion.
Yeah, because it's getting cold this week.
Yeah, man. You betcha. It'll probably be about 70 degrees at kickoff time, I think, for the Jacksonville Buffalo game. Can't beat that with a stick. And, we'll see who is going to be the winner. I mentioned that Hampton needs to run the ball, Josh, for the Chargers. I need ETN to run the ball, against the Bills. And I really do believe the Jags need to contain James Cook, because if they can do that, they'll win the game. We don't hear, he's just kind of like your workhorse. He's not flashy. He just gets it done.
If Josh Allen wasn't his quarterback, he would definitely get more. I mean, I'm trying to think of a historical comparison here. Edgerrin James and Peyton Manning.
Yes.
Very
good point.
Yeah.
Boy, Edge could play. Man.
He was fun walking them out against Ole Miss for the coin toss the other night.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it is the fact that Miami did have so much talent on those teams, and now seeing them. Michael Irvin is their honorary mascot, but Ray Lewis out there, Edge. I mean, there's so many people.
A lot of talent went down there, man. Well, they got the.
They had the best collection of NFL talent. Clearly, like looking back in hindsight, you had Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, Clinton Portis, all in the same backfield.
Yeah.
But those Florida teams and FSU teams, the Tebow Florida and FSU more recently that won, I think those were better college teams compared to how dominant we were. And there's levels to it, because everyone talks about that Miami team. And I mean, shout out Florida in general, the Sunshine State, for all three of those being in that conversation.
Amen, brother.
But no, so like we said, shout out Ken. There's some nostalgia in the air between the Bears and the Canes.
Yeah, man. Devin Hester last night. It was cool seeing him up there, Urlacher getting the fans going.
And they brought him out. I love the decision making that goes into that, because they had Urlacher ready the whole time to come out and like wave a towel and try to get everyone pumped. They brought him out like right after the TV timeout started the fourth quarter.
Yep.
All of a sudden they came back.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Urlacher.
Yes.
Did not win a Super Bowl.
Correct. Oh, just an outstanding.
Is he okay?
So because he covered so much of the field.
Was he a first ballot?
First ballot. Boy, he was something, man. I tell you. Yeah, I think I have to give it to him, Bub. I would let him be a first ballot. Josh?
Well, it happened. It's not a give it to him.
I understand. No, that. Would you have voted for him first?
Okay.
Yes.
Me too. But
so you're comparing this to Lavonte David? That's what you're getting at here?
I don't think there is a comparison.
You don't think there's a comparison?
Again, one of them's won a Super Bowl, the other hasn't. Then if you want to just compare their numbers and their impact.
Yeah, they're very similar. Yeah, I would agree. I if you're going to give Urlacher your point, you got to give it to David.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Josh? You agree or disagree with that?
I think it's absolutely a conversation. Like, I don't. It's so funny to me how we use rings to measure certain people. I always go to All Pro. This is always
my point is forget the ring. Forget the ring. You want to just say, I mean, and again, to me,
no, I'm saying just don't act like it's not a conversation.
All Pro is about numbers. That's all it should be about. Numbers and impact to your team.
That's
all it should be about.
You just hit the nerve.
Unfortunately, it does become a popularity contest.
Well, that, and here's the caveat: was Urlacher more of, a spark plug for his team than Levante David?
I don't think so.
Okay, Josh, what do you
And
think?
definitely not for the duration.
More of a spark plug.
Yeah,
I don't know
for
how to
his
measure
team.
that, guys.
No, use the verbiage you use, Scott, for your team.
Leader,
But you were saying, your team depend
inspiration.
Yeah,
I don't
everything.
care. All I'm saying is if one
more
is,
important to your team.
I
Let's
don't
use
think
that.
there is. I don't see a huge difference between the two.
I
of
don't
them
either.
at
No,
all.
now that you put it
If
out there,
nothing
no.
else.
Right. You open this conversation by saying it's no conversation, no context.
No. I'm saying if neither one of them, if you're just looking at the stats of the players, take the Super Bowl out of it, they're extremely.
Would you give Levante David first ballot?
Yes.
Would you give Urlacher?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes.
I
think they both.
I think Urlacher is clear. So we can all have our different measurements. That's why Hall of Fame is always a fun conversation because there's
Yes.
lots of ways to break it down. Urlacher was literally Defensive Player of the Year. Levante's never even been in that
Again,
conversation. Okay,
popularity contest or
so you are dismissed. Anything that would be seen as a pro on this one side, you're saying, oh, irrelevant, and you're lifting up all these other things.
Tell me his numbers that got him Defensive Player of the Year, and tell me if Levante's are
numbers?
comparable.
It's different time. It was totally different eras. What are you talking about?
I know, but he's trying to do a comparison. I like what you're saying. Scott, it's funny because this really is a great conversation. There's a lot of voters who feel like you do. They don't want to hear about you had MVPs. Okay, good for you. They want to see the stats. Where other people, and I kind of lean towards Josh's way, about, hey, man, how many MVPs? How many gold gloves? How many batting titles?
Pro Bowl, all pro. Like, how are you compared to your peers, which is what Hall of Fame comes down to, which is why I don't think guys like Eli Manning, Mike Evans, guys we've talked about over and over.
Tristan Wirth and Winfield made the Pro Bowl this year, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a popularity contest.
Not Pro Bowl. He's saying all
He
pro.
just mentioned Pro
over
Bowl
the
too.
course of an entire career, there are many different factors to look at. Please stop isolating one thing and acting like it's definitively one or the other. Over the course of Levante David's career, he made one Pro Bowl, one All-Pro, 0 times was voted for Defensive Player of the Year. Brian Urlacher, conversely, many All-Pros, many Pro Bowls, was voted multiple times as Defensive Player of the Year.
Back
and
to the
actually won.
popularity contest. What was his numbers compared to Levante's? No, it's not a circle. What did they do on the field? I don't want to hear about they had great lipstick and great trophies.
But
what did they do on the field? And one of them led a defense that won a Super Bowl. No doubt, no conversation. He was that defensive leader. He has been.
Yeah, but Urlacher didn't have Brady as his quarterback either. Let's put that in the equation.
How good was that defense?
It was good, but here's another thing you have to look
I would
at.
have rather had Brian Urlacher over the past decade.
What I'll ask again.
Well,
how do their numbers stack up?
Yeah, but see, here's the funny thing about
you want to
that.
just
Numbers
list off
again.
tackles? What does that even mean?
No, I get his point, but here's the thing. Look at Zach Thomas, Scott. He was a great linebacker for the Dolphins, but the scheme was set up for him to make the tackles. Urlacher also. So
the Bucs scheme has never been set up for that middle linebacker. Never.
Okay, great. I want my defensive players to have no statistics whatsoever because I want my linemen double teamed. I want my cornerbacks not being thrown to. I want my the defensive numbers. I'm sorry, they're just
that's the difference between baseball and football, Scott. When it comes to numbers,
baseball is math.
Besides,
you're not playing on a rope. Like one batter can change everything.
Besides saying Urlacher won popularity contest, do his numbers say he's better than Levante?
What numbers, dude?
Sacks,
tackles,
interceptions,
fumble recoveries,
pressures.
Total for their careers? What do you asking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, one has played many, many more games than the other. So now
that goes to me. That means something.
I don't have a problem with that.
So if you're going to value longevity, then you can't bring up numbers. You can't have it both ways. If you're just saying he's a compiler, okay, great. He's a compiler.
We know Levante's not a compiler.
I don't know that. You are higher on him than everyone else.
No. Do you think he'll get in the Hall of Fame, Josh? Levante David?
Yes.
Okay.
I have no idea.
No, I'm just getting your opinion. Do you think this is his last year?
Yeah, it might have been already his last year. But like I was saying, going back to the coaching hire and all that, I think we're in a run it back one more time thing. We're bringing back Todd. It's going to be a Baker contract decision coming up. Obviously, Mike, Levante. There's lots of decisions. I don't ever think that the Glazers were really considering getting rid of Todd Bowles this year.
I agree with you.
Like this was all just fans and maybe even reporters just talking about things they were hopeful for, or that they knew would get people. Like there was never, ever any indication from people credibly that we were going to make a move, nor has there ever been any peep about John Gruden having any interest whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm
all
surprised
of
at
this
that.
is just, it's hope.
Does he have a winning record as Bucs head coach?
He's probably right at it.
Todd
yeah,
Bowles?
Yeah.
I don't. Has he ever won double-digit games?
Yes.
1 year?
Yeah. They're about 500. So you look at the body of work, it's not terrible, Scott, compared to some of these other coaches. Look at McDaniel. We're talking about bringing him as the OC. His overall record is probably around 400.
It's a tough league, boys. The Ravens just fired Harbaugh. There's lots of Packers fans this morning that want to get rid of LaFleur. This is why teams are waiting, right? Because they're trying to see how it all shakes out.
Well, people don't know this. A lot of people don't, is that Mike LaFleur's, brother is the
that's
OC.
who he wants.
I want LaFleur here bad. I want that guy.
Just because you trust the last name more than what we
No,
have.
I like what he's doing with Stafford. I
You think that's him, not McVay? It seems to me like every coordinator is a revolving door there. It's all McVay's system. And Matthew Stafford, who is a Hall of Famer.
You betcha.
Yeah.
First ballot.
Right. Like someone who is capable of pulling out an MVP season at this point in his career is incredible.
Incredible. I hope they get a great OC. I tell you, I would get, what's crazy, guys? Shula, the DC for the Rams. The Dolphins are going to interview him. Would that be wild? Don Shula's grandson, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. How wild would that be,
The old
fellas?
boys club is still running strong. You got Kubiak's coming up. You got all these LaFleur. Like, there's
it's all nepotism, for lack of a better word. Friendship nepotism. But
cronyism.
Cronyism.
Would you have kept Bowles, Patrick?
What's the alternative, right?
Right.
Because the Glazers are not one to just.
Can I get Harbaugh? Then I take him. Can I get Stefanski? I take him. I would keep Todd under this premise. I'd get the kid. I would take this kid, a shot with the kid from McVay. Hopefully that tree can be a beautiful oak tree down the road. Kid, you're coming here, and Todd's got 1 or 2 more years, and then I'll make you the head coach.
You're saying
LaFleur, yes. So those 3 options, yeah, I don't really see anybody else. If Tomlin were to get beat tomorrow night against Houston,
Do you think we made the decision too quick?
Yes, I do. But it's funny you would say that, Scott. Is there any guarantee, Josh, that a week, 2 weeks, a month from now, we've done a different Todd? Thanks for the memories. We're bringing in whomever.
What decision? Once again, there was never a decision for them to make. They never, ever considered firing this guy. This is all just made up gobbledygook from the media and fans just hoping and wishing.
Is he for sure here next year, Josh? Is there any chance that the Glazers get a second?
2026?
Yes.
Aside from John Gruden or maybe a Marcus Freeman.
Oh.
But again, now that we would look so silly because Bowles has come out. We've already fired the other guys. He said we're going to be bringing in new faces, fresh meat. Let me see. I think we're framing this.
Here's what I don't like. He fires all the coaches except his number 2 and 3 guy in defense. That's where we need it the most. I mean, how do you keep any defensive coach?
You weren't going to be satisfied with him still in the roster regardless, though. Let me ask you this. If you are a top-tier offensive coordinator and you're seeing the landscape of the land and all the teams available, which includes the Giants, so Jackson Dart, Scattaboo, and Malik Neighbors.
Right.
Where did the Bucs rank? And our offensive line was crap. I mean, you know what I'm saying? How valuable?
If I was an OC,
we could be the worst team in our division next year, based off of how good the Panthers have looked.
Josh, you make a great point. If I was an OC, if I was,
McDaniels.
Yeah, that's
or LaFleur.
If I was LaFleur, I'd say Glazers. I like that you're loyal to people. You are loyal to Mr. Bowles. I'll come here with a written guarantee that I'll be your head coach when he leaves in a year or 2. If that's the case, where do I sign? And I'll be your new OC. And I got your word that no matter what, I get to be the head coach.
Because we're talking about the coaching trees. Look, Bowles still comes from the Bruce Arians, Tom Brady dynamic. They still believe that. Everyone in that locker room still buys into that.
Yep.
He's going to be on the hot seat.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about that. But again, it's just every team runs things differently. You've got the Ravens, who have been one of the best organizations across all the sports. They got rid of their guy. And then you have someone like the Bengals, who are the cheapest organization across all the sports, and they're bringing back Zach
I don't
Taylor.
think you get a good, experienced offensive coordinator without a guarantee.
Absolutely, Scott. You couldn't say it any better.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, 'cause
otherwise,
why wouldn't they be a head coach?
Right. Yep. Number one. Number two, though, here's what I think happened with the Harbaugh situation. You know, been
he
there
wanted
18
his
years.
GM.
Well, yeah, that, but
He made
18
it very
years.
clear.
Attrition.
Attrition, man. You lose the.
You get
lose.
sick of each other.
Yes. It's just the way it is. And
Would you have taken Harbaugh and given him his GM?
I sure would.
I said the same.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of this. Jason Light has gotten off too easy in terms of criticism because he's made some good draft picks, but
Yeah.
he's also made some bad draft picks.
Yeah.
And so again, it's the bar, the standard, the bar is set so low.
I would have done the John Gruden, Bruce Allen move. I would have done that with Harbaugh.
Yeah. Same.
Absolutely.
Yep. I couldn't agree with you more, Scott. Well, all we can do is hope for the best next year. You know, 3 years ago, we said Todd's gone, you know, bye-bye. And then they won the last 4 games of the year to make the playoffs. So, hey, does he have a, you know, cat with 9 lives,
We
Todd
haven't
Bowles?
won double digits in 3 years.
Yeah. No. It's going to be,
No, we had 10 wins last year.
well, you're counting the playoff game?
No, we went 10-7 last year.
Okay. So there you
He
go.
up until this year, he went 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins.
Oh, God bless you, Tampa Bay. Be safe out there. Do a random act of kindness for your fellow man, please. God bless.
Peace and respect. Tampa, respect.
Is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy.